What up, guys? Welcome to another video here on Draftkings MMA. This is going to be on the UFC 217 card, Bisping versus GSP. I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys... Well, actually, I'll go ahead and go through all the fighters here. But I'll just try to give you guys, some of my favorite picks on Draftkings that I'm going to be playing. And some that look good, some that look good to play. So let's go ahead and get started here. Start at the bottom. First fight of the night, we got Ramos versus Sahabi. My official pick was Ramos to get the win here, more than likely by decision. 10-1 fighter, coming off a win. He's the favorite in the fight, and he's actually the cheaper fighter at 7,500. So you're getting good value right off the bat. His opponent, Sahabi, is also coming off a win, undefeated fighter, but he didn't look too impressive in his fight against Reginaldo Vieira. Maybe that could just be, UFC debut, jitters or whatever. Or maybe that's just how good he is. To me, he seems to be a little bit too patient, and I feel like Ramos could exploit that. And his price at 8,700 for someone that's kind of unproven, that's just, there's no way. There's no way that I'll be playing that. So for sure, I'm not picking Sahabi here. If some people do take him and no one picks him, and he does get like a first round knockout, then fuck, you're probably gonna win on DraftKings. But for me, I think he's unproven, and I don't think he's worth that price. I'd rather take Ricardo Ramos here. So as a cheap play, I recommend Ramos. If he does win, you're looking at about probably, his average here, 72 points. His last fight, that's not that great. But for his price, all you really need is for him to get a win here. So, like I said, I think he's a good cheap value play. And I'll project that he probably gets around 70 through 80 points. So, yeah, I'll just go ahead and leave it at that. So, I'll be playing... Well, I probably won't be playing Ramos, but, I think he is a good cheap play. Let's just go ahead and say that. So, yeah, if you want to save money, get some of those expensive guys, why not take a poke at Ramos? And I would stay away from Sahabi because, like I said, he is unproven. He is a finisher, though, but like I said, he's unproven. Fuck, I need some water. Hold up. Alright. So for the next fight here, guys, we got Oliynyk versus Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes is one of my favorite plays here on DraftKings. He's extremely well priced, only 8K. He scores a lot of points. He's primarily a wrestler. Mostly wants to take people down and beat them up on the ground and stuff like that. Control them on the ground. His stand-up is improving. His opponent is a submission fighter. Oliynyk, he's actually on a 2-fight win streak right now, winning both fights by submission. So this guy's one of those guys where he could either lose. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say lose badly, because even in a loss here against Oliynyk, he still scored 44 points. But if he does lose, he's not gonna do that bad. But if he wins, he's gonna score a lot of points, as you guys can see there, because he gets the more than likely he's getting like a first or second round submission. So there's some points upside there for Oliynyk, but I personally think Blaydes is gonna win the fight. He's younger, Olynyk's older. Olynyk's not the best striker, and I think Blaydes here is a little bit better than him on the feet. Also has the wrestling, but I feel like he's not gonna want to take him down too soon because Oliynyk has that submission threat. But overall, I think Blaydes is a good pick. He's cheaper than Oliynyk. He's well priced, and he scores a decent amount of points. And I'd say if he does win, more than likely it's gonna be probably like a second or third round knockout. So he's gonna score pretty good. So I'll say he scores probably minimum 80 points up to, I'll say, 110. So I'll be picking Blaydes on that matchup right there. Next fight, Mickey Gall versus Randy Brown. So I'm not gonna pick Gall on this one. My initial gut pick was saying to pick Gall, but he's the more expensive fighter here, and this is pretty much a pick'em fight. Randy Brown is coming off a loss against Muhammad, but that guy's way more well-rounded than Mickey Gall. Randy Brown's taking the fence is decent. He has way better striking. Longer reach. He's a pretty big guy for welterweight. And I feel if he just keeps the fight on the feet, should be able to outstrike Gall easily. Gall has virtually no stand-up. So yeah, I like Brown in this matchup, and I think he's a good another good value play at 7,800. And I'll go ahead and say that Randy Brown, if he does win, his average points don't look too high. So if he does get a finish, he'll probably be like at least 80 or 90 points. But I'll say minimum points this guy scores probably 70. Next fight, OSP versus Corey Anderson. So I like Corey Anderson. He's one of my favorite cheap value plays. He is a slight underdog. He is coming off a knockout loss to Manua. But he's a good wrestler. He's a grinder. Decent hands. Decent boxing. And yeah, I just feel like OSP isn't that great. He does have some power, and he's really good at that damn Von Flue choke. But other than that, he's not that great. Has gas tank issues. He's not too active on the feet, and I feel like Anderson should be able to take him down, outwork him, and more than likely win by decision. Anderson will score a lot of points because of a lot of those takedown points. So if he lands a lot of takedowns, obviously you're looking at a lot of points there. Against O'Connell, he had 140 points. So I mean, that just tells you that he has upside here, even in a decision win. That was actually a knockout win there for him. But either way, he has upside. He could TKO OSP on the ground. You never know. But even if he wins by decision, he'll score a lot of takedowns. And if he even does lose, he's only 7,200. And if he can just get you maybe like 5 takedowns, you'll probably be all right. And at a loss, he could probably score at worst probably like 20 points, but at best with a loss he might score like 50. So just be aware of that. So yeah, I like Anderson here. Good cheap value play, and I think he'll win by decision. And if he does win and everything goes well, I think he'll probably score minimum 80 points up to like 90 points. So next fight, Walt Harris versus Mark Godbeer. Easy fight to pick. I'm picking Walt Harris. He should have fought him his last fight. Instead, he filled in for Derek Lewis. He lost to Verdun quickly, but now he's fighting Walt Harris. Now he's fighting his original opponent, Mark Godbeer. Godbeer's a good striker. Well, actually, he's an alright striker. But Walt Harris is a better striker, way better boxing, way more power. Too fast, too explosive, and I think Walt Harris gets the first round knockout. So he's one of my locks for this slate, so I really recommend playing Walt Harris, guys. He's also only, he's kind of expensive, but I think he's worth the money. So yeah, first round knockout, Walt Harris. Next fight, Duffy versus James Vick. I'm really completely fading James Vick here. I think Duffy here is the more well-rounded fighter, the better fighter, better striker, decent takedown defense, good on the ground also with submission skills. Yeah, Vick's gonna struggle in this fight, and I think Duffy's gonna knock him out, probably second round. Duffy's scoring, usually he doesn't score too high. His average is about almost 80 points. In this fight, I do predict the finish, so I'll say more than likely this guy's gonna score minimum 80 up to 100 points. So I like Duffy, and he's right in the middle range at 8,500. Not too expensive, but not that cheap. So I think he's still a good play there. Hendricks versus Paulo Costa. I don't like Hendricks at all. I think Costa here gets another first or second round knockout. He's knocking everybody out. He's way bigger than Hendricks. Hendricks will struggle in the stand-up for sure. But there is a thing here though. If Hendricks is able to take down Costa, then you never know how this fight goes. But Hendricks has been looking pretty bad lately, so I wouldn't count on that. And yeah, I just expect Hendricks to continue looking bad against a more younger, explosive, better striker, more power, well-rounded fighter. Well, not well-rounded, but more power, more explosive fighter. So yeah, I feel like Hendricks will struggle, and I feel Costa will get another finisher. So at 8,100, Costa is expensive, but I do feel Costa is still a really good play, and he's another one of my locks on this card. So I like Costa here in this fight. Masvidal versus Thompson. I like Masvidal here as a good underdog value play, only 7,600. He's always in close fights, so there is a chance he could lose this fight, by split decision. But if he wins, his average points is 70, so he doesn't have huge amount of points there. But as you guys can see, his last wins, he was scoring 119, 112, 102. So if he's able to, get some combos off on Thompson, he can land a lot of significant strikes, possibly hurt him, possibly finish the fight. So yeah, there's a chance Masvidal could win by knockout here, but I do think more likely he wins by decision, where he'll probably score at least minimum 75 points, but he can score maybe up to 90 something points. So I'll be picking Masvidal here. He's a good cheap value play, but just know, there's a chance that he could lose the fight. Wonder Boy's a good striker and could possibly outstrike him on the feet, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Alright, next fight, Jędrzejczyk versus Rose. Completely fading Rose here on this matchup. I like Jędrzejczyk, just looking unstoppable here. First of all, she's a really good DraftKings play. Her last fight, 143 points. Essentially, she's scoring over 100 points every single time she fights. She's also the most expensive fighter on DraftKings, so so her price, is justified. She should be priced that high. Biggest favorite on the card also. I just feel like Rose is going to get outstruck the whole fight. If Rose wants to win the fight, she has to catch Jędrzejczyk on the ground with some sort of submission, but I don't see it happening. So I'll say Jędrzejczyk here more than likely does win by decision. And yeah, I predict that she will probably score again 100 points minimum, and over or up to 140 points like how she scored her last fight. So, and she actually has, look at that, she scored 140 points twice. So yeah, that's pretty that's pretty real right there. She could score up to 140 points. So just note that. Obviously she's very expensive, so you'll have to get some cheap guys in order to fill her in. But yeah, I think she's worth the price. Obviously, like I said, she's scoring over 100 points, and I do see her for sure winning the fight. Alright, Cody Garbrandt versus TJ Dillashaw. Cody, obviously a finisher. He scores very high, but I'm picking Dillashaw in this matchup. He's cheaper, and I feel like the line should be a little bit closer. TJ Dillashaw is an underdog here. I think at plus 150 or something like that. He's been looking good. His last performance against Oliynyk looked really good. Scored 115 points. We know Dillashaw could wrestle. Both these guys are pretty well matched. Both of them good wrestlers, good strikers. But I feel like Dillashaw has the edge because of his kicking game. I never really see Cody land a lot of kicks. He's more of a boxer, more boxer-heavy type of striker. Whereas Dillashaw, well, he'll use his hands, but he'll also use his hands to set up the kicks. So I like TJ Dillashaw in this matchup. I feel like he'd get a third round or fourth round knockout here with a head kick. So yeah, I like TJ here. He's a cheaper guy. Good value there at 7,900, and I feel like he gets the finish. Even if he doesn't get a win by finish and it goes to decision, he has 5 rounds to work with, so that's going to give you points anyway. So unless he gets knocked out very early, which is possible, because Cody got that power, I feel like Dillashaw will keep the range and he will, nullify that. So he's not going to be in the pocket with Garbrandt. He's going to be keeping the range, landing kicks at range, and only getting in close to set up the kicks. So yeah, I feel like Dillashaw is a good play, and he's also cheaper, so why not play him? So I think Dillashaw will probably get minimum 70 points and up to 100 points. So yeah, I like Dillashaw. Alright, now for the final fight, Bisping versus GSP. I like GSP in this matchup. Both of them are same price, so you can pick whoever you like more. Obviously, GSP scores very high on DraftKings because of his takedowns and top control. Scoring 113 points average, so this guy's made for DraftKings pretty much. Bisping's takedown defense isn't that great. It's alright. And I feel like GSP will be able to take him down. And on the feet, GSP is not exactly a bum on the feet. So he's going to be able to, use still his jab. Sorry guys, got this fucking really bad cough. Anyways, GSP is going to have the jab. He's going to have some good kicks. Been working his boxing. So he's going to be using all that more than likely to set up the takedown. Once he gets Bisping on the ground, he'll probably just control him, but he'll be able to, get a lot of, advancements on the ground to score points. So I do think GSP wins the fight. You never know. He could get a finish. He says, he's going to try to finish him. You never know. Bisping also didn't look that great against Hendo. He got dropped, I think, twice or 3 times. He won the fight, but, he got dropped. Obviously, GSP is not a power puncher like Hendo. But, Bisping's not exactly the best fighter here. And since both are same price, it's just pick the guy you like more. And I feel like GSP, even though with that long layoff, I expect him to win the fight. He looks confident. He looks actually excited to be back to fight. So I like that. I like that he has a lot of energy. So yeah, I think GSP wins. And I'll say minimum points minimum points he scores if he does win is going to be probably 80. But his average is high, and he could score over 100 points for sure here because of the takedown. So just note that. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys, for my DraftKings picks and plays. Obviously, I'm not gonna make you guys a lineup. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm trying to win that big money myself. So yeah, hopefully I just gave you guys some good hints here, and you guys could construct a really good lineup. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys, for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about the picks. Let me know who's your guys' favorite plays or your locks of the card. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Thanks for requesting the video also. So yeah, just go ahead and keep requesting the videos, and I'll go ahead and try to make them for you guys. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and catch you guys on the next video, and enjoy the fights.